Hello and welcome. I am so glad you're here. Today, we're going to dive into what is genuinely one of the most powerful tools you have for changing your entire life, and it's the story you tell yourself. You know that feeling, right? Where you feel like you're just stuck in a loop? Maybe it's a day, maybe it's been a month, or even longer, where the same old frustrations just keep popping up. Well, what if I told you the reason you're stuck is actually the story you keep telling yourself about your life? And even better, what if a news story could change absolutely everything? All right, so let's get right into it. The story you're living. Because here's the thing, your words, they're not just describing your reality, they are literally creating it. Every story you repeat, I mean every single one, whether you're saying it out loud or just thinking it, that's the frequency you're broadcasting out to the universe. It's that powerful. And this quote from Abraham Hicks just nails it, doesn't it? It's all about a choice. In any given moment, you have a choice. Are you going to tell the story of what's already happened? Rehashing all the old facts, the old hurts, the old limits? Or are you going to tell the story of what's becoming? It's a simple question, but one choice keeps you stuck, anchored to the past, while the other one builds you a bridge straight to the future you want. Okay, to really see this in action, let's look at a tale of 2 days. I want to tell you about someone named Sophie. We're going to see her live the exact same day twice. The only thing that changes, her internal story. And you're about to see how that one tiny shift changes absolutely everything. So, in her old story, Sophie wakes up. She's already tired, and her very first thought is, here we go again. Her whole narrative, her inner monologue, is nothing ever works out for me. So what happens? She spills her coffee. And it's not just a clumsy accident, no. In her mind, it's proof that her story is true. She misses an important email, more proof. By the time the day is over, she's just completely defeated because her brain has literally filtered out anything good that might have happened. But now let's look at the news story. She still wakes up tired, that part hasn't changed. But this time, her thought is, you know what? I'm still showing up today. See how small that is? It's a tiny shift. She's not pretending, she's not faking it, she's just tuning her focus from defeat to her own resilience. And because her frequency is different, what happens? She actually hears the compliment from her boss. She notices the opportunity in her inbox. The external events are the same, but her experience of the day, it's completely, radically transformed. Okay, so this might sound a little bit out there, a little bit woo-woo, right? But it's not just a spiritual idea. It is backed by some serious science. Let's dig into how your brain is actually listening and physically changing based on the stories you tell it. It all comes down to something called neuroplasticity. Think of it like this. Every time you repeat a thought, whether it's I'm so bad with money or things are always lining up for me, you're carving a path in your brain. You do it again, the path gets steeper. Do it enough, and you've created a superhighway. The story you practice the most becomes your brain's automatic default road. You are literally wiring your own brain. And then there's this other cool piece of hardware in your head, the reticular activating system, or RAS. The best way to think about it is like a bouncer at a club, or maybe a personal Google search for your life. It filters out the billions of bits of information coming at you every second and only shows you what you've told it is important. So if your story, your search term, is I'm always overlooked, guess what your RAS is going to find for you? It's going to scan your entire world for every piece of evidence to prove you right. It's basically a confirmation bias engine on overdrive. And this is where it gets really exciting, because this shows us how we can take back control. Simple practices, like gratitude, literally rewire these systems. When you consciously focus on what you appreciate, your brain gets a little happy chemical cocktail, dopamine, serotonin. And you can see the results right here. It's been shown to actively reduce anxiety and depression. And look, it's not because your problems magically disappear. It's because you are actively training your brain to see and prioritize what's going right. All right, so we get the why now, right? The science, the spirituality, it all lines up. So let's talk about the how. How in the world do we start rewriting these narratives that have been running on autopilot for maybe years or even decades? Well, the good news is it's actually simpler than you might think. It really breaks down into these 4 simple steps. Step 1, just notice the story. That's it. No judgment, no beating yourself up. Just become aware of what you're telling yourself. Step 2, interrupt it. But not with force or shame. Interrupt it with curiosity. Just ask, hey, is that really true? Is it 100% true? Step 3, flip it.
Find a thought that feels just a little bit better. You don't have to jump from despair to ecstasy, just reach for a better feeling. And finally, step 4, and this is the big one, practice. Every single day. This is how you build that new neural superhighway.
Let's use a super common one. How many of us have this one floating around? I'm just bad with money. Maybe you heard it growing up, or you had a few bad experiences, and now it just feels like a solid, undeniable fact, right? But what if you started practicing this new story instead? Money loves showing up for me. Now, I get it. At first, your brain might scream liar. It might feel totally fake. But every time you repeat it, you're planting a new seed. You're giving your RAS, your brain's bouncer, a new instruction. Hey, start looking for evidence of abundance, not lack. Oof, here's another big one, especially in relationships. I always attract emotionally unavailable people. And this story can feel so real, can it? Because you have the receipts, you have the past experiences to back it up. And that story keeps you on guard, always expecting disappointment. Okay, now just take a breath and feel the shift in this one. I am a magnet for deep, secure love. Can you feel the difference? It doesn't deny or erase the past, but it declares with power what you are available for right now. It shifts your entire point of attraction from fear to worthiness. And please, remember this. This is so important. The new story changes your energy first. The external reality has to follow that. So, if you want one of the fastest ways to jumpstart this new energy, to get into that new frequency right now, it's a little practice called a Rampage of Appreciation. It's exactly what it sounds like. You just deliberately focus on things that feel good, one after another, to rapidly raise your vibration. You want to try a quick one with me? Let's do it. Okay, just take a breath and just lean into this feeling with me. I love that quiet hum of possibility in the early morning before the world wakes up. You know, that feeling of a totally clean slate. And I love knowing that I have this power. I love that I can shift my entire mood with just one better feeling thought. It means I'm not at the mercy of my circumstances. I am the creator of my emotional state. Oh, and this one. I love this one so much. I love knowing that healing isn't about trying to fix some broken part of me. It's just about softening, just being a little kinder to myself and allowing myself to be a work in progress. And finally, this is the core of everything we're talking about today. I love knowing that my only job is to feel good first, and then trust that the world must, by universal law, reflect that good feeling back to me in the most amazing and miraculous ways. So that brings us here, to your story and your future. And maybe the most important takeaway from all of this is that your future isn't some destination you just arrive at one day. It's something you are actively creating right now with the words you choose in this very moment. And if you remember nothing else, please let this one sink deep into your bones. You do not have to wait for your life to change to tell a new story. You tell a new story so that your life has a path to follow to change. Don't wait for the evidence. Don't wait for the money or the love or the job to show up before you decide you're worthy of a better story. You tell the new story first. That is what carves the path for everything you desire to find its way to you. So here is your challenge for this week. It's simple. First, pick just one important area of your life and consciously, deliberately start telling a new, better feeling story about it. And second, spend just 60 seconds. That's it, 1 minute. Each day in that rampage of appreciation. Just practice this, and I promise you, you will watch your world begin to change. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. And if you want to go even deeper on this, be sure to check out the full podcast episode, Master the Art of Personal Storytelling in 2025.